Hey there, this is Rachel with Restoration Acres Farm. Today I'm going to show you how to break down a whole chicken. It really couldn't be simpler. Once you do it a couple times, you're going to realize that it's really not as scary as it seems. You know, over the years, I've talked to lots and lots of people who are just really intimidated on cutting up a whole chicken, and so they just buy the pieces separately or roast the chicken whole, which are both great things. But if you are looking to save money or learn a new skill, and be able to work your way around a chicken, I'm going to show you how to do it. It really couldn't be simpler. Once you've done a few of them, you will see that it's very not scary. It's not very scary. And I've done thousands of chickens, and I've gotten down to where I can break one down in 60 seconds, but you're probably not going to do that many chickens unless you're going to be a full-time farmer. So you'll probably get to a point where you can do it in just a couple of minutes. Then you can take the pieces. You can either buy the chickens fresh and cut them up before you freeze them, or you can buy frozen chickens, let it thaw, cut it up at the beginning of the week, and have all the different pieces for different dishes throughout the week. So let's get to it. All right, so this is a 6-pound chicken. It's a pretty big one. I like big chickens because the meat to bone ratio is actually better. You got more meat per bone. And if I'm going to cook a chicken, I want to cook a big one so I can feed us for several days, for several meals. All right, so this is a chicken, a whole chicken. We leave the necks on because we encourage folks to use the neck and back to make really good stocks, soups. So I just leave the neck right on there and throw the whole back into the pot for soup. So here's your wing, right? This is one wing. When you're cutting up a chicken, you're always going to want to be cutting between the joints. You never want to find yourself trying to saw through bones. So you got to find the valleys, as some like to say. So on the wing, you're going to start under here, okay? I call it the armpit. You want to use a sharp knife because you don't want to be hacking away. That's how you cut yourself. You can just kind of go into the armpit there, and you can start to break and look for that joint, okay? So there's a joint right there. Take your time with it, kind of come. You don't want to take too much breast meat off, it doesn't matter that much if it's for yourself, but you want to try to leave all that breast meat on the breast. So you're going to go right through the joint there. You can come around this side, cut through, and you can see how it's pulling away. And you just got a little more meat and skin, and voila, there's your wing. Come to the other side. We're going to go right there in the pit. Okay, look for that joint. Get some of that skin, and you pop it, and there's your joint. You're going to cut right through that. Slices just like butter because you're not sawing through bone. All right, we're going to take the legs off next. So this all right here is skin. So we can cut through that skin so that we can look for our joint and kind of cut off some of the skin there. Okay. Cut all the way down to here. All right, now, right in here is where we're going to be cutting. There's a joint in there. So what I want you to do is cut this way a little bit, and I want you to just pop that joint out. It's right here, okay? There's a fat line there that you're going to aim for in your cut. Going right through. The joint has already been popped out. I'm just cutting through meat and skin, and that pulls the leg quarter right off. All right, we're going to do the other one. Cut all the skin out of the way so we can see what we're doing. Some more skin there. All right. I'm going to pop. Ready? Pop the joint. See that joint right there? We're going to cut right in here. Right in here. Slice right through. There's your other leg quarter. I'm going to show you how to do boneless breasts. That's what we sell mostly. If you want to leave the skin on, you can skip this next part, but what we do is we pull the skin, pull it off, and just leave it down by the neck, okay? And that exposes the meat. Now there's a bone that goes right down the center, the breastbone, so we're going to cut on either side of it. You're going to cut down with your knife until you feel hitting the rib bones, the rib cage. All right, we're going to go on either side. Okay, you can use your fingers now at this point and start to pull it away. And now you're going to come all the way down here, kind of pull. You take your time with this. Remember, I've done this a lot of times. Take your time with it and just kind of use the tip of your knife to pull the meat, cut the meat away from the bone. Again, a really sharp knife helps a lot in this point. All right, when you get to it right about here, I flip it over and you're looking, see this fat line right here? Okay, that's where you're aiming for. So now I'll take my knife from this side. Instead of on the inside, I'm coming from this side now. And I'm going to go right in the middle and follow that fat line both ways. That way and then this way. And that's going to pull your breast right off. Now, you can leave the tender attached or you can pull it off. This is the tender, so you can literally just pull it right off. Now you've got your tender and your breast. All right, and see, I did not leave very much meat on there. So we're going to go to the other side. Same thing. We're just kind of pulling the meat away from the rib cage with a very sharp knife. Okay, now I'm going to get to this point. There's my fat line right there. I'm going to point the tip of the knife in and it comes out on that side. Watch your fingers. And cut that way. And we're going to cut the other way. Alright, it's just stuck on some skin here that we can pull off. Alright, I'll pull that tender off. Alright, there's the other tender, there's the other breast. So there's the carcass. That's it. So that can go in for soup. Really quick, I'll show you if you want to break the thigh and the drumstick apart. Again, you're looking for the joint. Okay, if you look at this kind of a fat line here, you can picture what a drumstick looks like, you know, just like that. So we're going to cut, there's that fat line, but you want to hug the drumstick side of the fat line. So you're looking for a joint. You'll learn where it is, but you're basically just cutting right through. And there's your drumstick and your thigh. And on this one, again, right about here. Okay, right through. Cut through the skin. So you've got drumstick, drumstick, thigh, thigh, breast, breast, tender, tender, and your wings. If you want to break the wings down even further, you've got your flat here, your drumette, and your wing tip. You can cut again through the joints. So we've got a joint right about here. If you want, you can cut through the skin and then kind of pop it, and you'll find your joint there. And cut right through that between those joints. If you want to take the wing tip off, you can snap it first and then just cut. Sometimes I go through a little bit of bone on the tips, but there's your flat and there's your drumette. So again, right through the joint. Oops, the skin gets stuck. There's your drumette. Yeah, see, I went through some bone there. There's okay. There's your flat, and there's another wingtip. The wingtips go great in your stock too. And then, of course, once you're done eating these thigh bones, drumstick bones, you can throw those in the pot with your broth too. And that's it.